Welcome to another Jackalmen Games podcast. We were created with laughter in mind, so join us while we giggle and grow together. Hey, Fortune and Karma.
Hey again.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going okay. That's a lie.
No.
So, are you saving all the bad stories for the podcast?
Well, I mean, like, we're already recording, so
Oh,
I can
hi.
I can podcast it right now. Today was one of the worst days that I've ever had. Everything went wrong. And I'm gonna summarize it like this. I took off yesterday from school after a snow day, so I had a 4-day weekend, and I thought everything was gonna be fine and dandy. I come to school today, and I couldn't find my laptop. So then I also found out that another student spilt water all over the substitute work that I left. It just spilt water all over it. So the sub had no work to do with them, so she had to figure out work to do on the fly. Then I come to school, my laptop is missing, and since my laptop is missing, I can't get ready for the lesson that I need to give today. So I had to remake the sub plans as fast as I can, and I was the substitute for myself. Then I come home and I record the spot with Parker, which you're about to hear any second. Actually, you know what? You're going to hear the spot with Parker right now. I'm going to interrupt my own story with a spot. Okay, we're in here like swimwear. It's recording. I can hear your voice. It sounds fine. Let's try to let the audience know that this isn't the second time we're recording it because I'm an absolute dunce.
Sure. I can't remember anything that I said.
So you don't remember who you are?
I don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. I don't know what the hell a jackal hunt is.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that you are Parker Simpson.
Name sounds familiar. Are you sure?
You are from South Carolina.
Okay.
You're an artist, and you really like Star Wars Destiny.
I think I've heard of a Star War before. Is that a thing?
It's actually something that President Reagan was trying to introduce back in I'm a history buff. Anyways, so you like to make alt arts, if you can remember now.
I think it's all coming back to me.
Your claim to fame is your lovely uniform black backgrounds with great character design on top of it.
That sounds about right. Something nice and crisp and clean. Nice layout.
All the dice sides and abilities are clearly marked.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
That's
you could
about
almost
right.
use it at a regional.
I don't know. I don't think anybody would do that.
Anyways, let's put this aside. Mr. Simpson, you are an artist. You make alternate arts for us. And when I say us, I don't mean Jackalmen Games. I mean us, the Star Wars Destiny community. You're somewhat of a household name, and I'm so glad to say that you are sponsoring our Jackal Hunt this year.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Parker Simpson of Parker Simpson Artwork. I am super excited to be helping sponsor. I've kind of followed the Jackalmen for a while, and I've heard from a lot of content creators that the idea of doing a fan-run tournament is kind of on the forefront of everybody's mind, and the Jackalmen are actually doing it. So I just wanted to help however I can, because I mean it's a really cool community. I'm ready to kind of start giving back.
Well, we're glad to have you. You do all of that for the community. What are you donating to our event?
Yeah, so for the Jackal Hunt, I'm going to be donating 52 cards, some of which are going to be exclusive to this event. I'm going to be donating full art versions of Boba Fett and Dengar, which will be exclusive to the first annual Jackal Hunt. You won't be able to get them anywhere else. Some of the other prizes are going to include Jabba the Hutt from Convergence, and also Greedo, which are available on TopDeckTCG, which is where my alt arts are featured. But you'll be able to have the chance to win some of these cards and get it for free, which is always fun.
So, talking about TopDeckTCG, so we're working with Twig over at TopDeckTCG. He's donated a $20 gift certificate to Top Deck TCG. So if you go to the event and you don't get enough Parker Simpson artwork, alternate art cards, and you really want some more, you can shoot for that $20 gift certificate, and then you can buy some artwork. And also, if you use the code JackalmenGames10 during your checkout, you can get yourself 10% off.
That's a pretty good deal. And I tell you what, even if you get both the Boba Fett and Dengar full arts, and even if you get the Greedo and Jabba, I'm sure you're probably going to be playing more decks than that. I know right now we've got 58 different character cards that are available on there. So any team that you really want to do, it's probably available. There's characters spanning all the current expansions, and I'm already working on Convergence characters, so that they'll be ready once that drops.
And I have a question. Do you just do characters that you like, or are you trying to do every character ever created for the game?
So I tend to do characters that are popular. I know Snoke and Talzin and Yoda and Darth Vader, all those big name characters. I try to make sure that I at least touch on those. But I do like to do characters that are specific to my interests, like Saw Gerrera, who nobody plays.
Hold on. Maul won a solidarity tournament with Saw Gerrera.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to play when he first came out, and he was, oh my god, he's so bad. But I do tend to draw the characters that I enjoy. I actually just recently finished up alternate arts for my Gungan deck. So be on the lookout for Boss Nass, Jar Jar, and the Gungan Warriors. They'll be coming to Top Deck TCG pretty soon.
Also at Jackal Hunt, I will be purchasing some playmats that Parker has available. I'm buying 3. One of them is a gift for one of the Jackalmen, and then the other 2 are going to be giveaway door prizes or giveaway top first place, or they're going to be given away at some point during the day. And actually, I talked to Ashton. We have about $1,000 worth of goodies from all of these content creators and all of these hobby designers, because we're outsourcing from just Destiny. We're talking to other hobby designers as well. And yeah, we're getting so much stuff that you better come in a van, or
Yeah,
you're not going to have enough stuff or enough room to carry all the things we're trying to give away.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you need to bring your whole crew then, too, because sounds like y'all are going to have a lot more than just what you're going to be able to take home. Sounds like there needs to be like 50 plus people here to take care of all that loot.
Well, we're trying to get I think the max the store can hold is 50, and we're forecasting about 30 right now. So please come.
Yeah. Wow. Even with 50 people, that's going to be a substantial amount of prize support for each person. So,
Yes, we have boxes of Convergence to give away. We have packs of Convergence to give away. The owner of the store is going to be running a sale on Destiny cards too, so that you can get some. You're there, so get more. Like we're trying really hard to make Convergence sets drop be highlighted by this event. We want it to be a big, wonderful, fun party for everyone that can make it, as well as our local friends in Florida, because we have friends from the Tampa Bay community, the Orlando community, the Jacksonville community, as well as the Miami community. So we're trying to take those 4 major hubs of Star Wars Destiny and bring them together, as well as the friends that we've made in Alabama and the friends that I've been meeting up here in New Jersey.
So it sounds like the Jackalmen are putting on a pretty good event. So I'm pretty excited. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be there, but I hope that my artwork being there will help represent, and I hope that the people that come, they get something that they like, and they get to just enjoy their time there. It's all about having fun. Even if you don't win, you're still going to get some prizes. You're still going to have a good time.
I want to put emphasis on, you're not going to get some prizes. You are going to get a lot of prizes. So please come. Thank you, Parker. I'm going to go back to the regular scheduled podcast now. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to talking to you guys next week on the Jackalmen podcast.
Yes, I can't wait to have you on the main event, man.
Looking forward to it.
All right, bye.
Bye.
So anyways, the day continues being terrible, and I recorded that spot with Parker, and that was the second time we had to do it, and we almost had to do it a third time because his phone was at 1% by the time we finished, so it almost died in the middle.
Oh man.
Jeez.
So it's been a day.
I'm tired. And then I made all these notes for myself on Star Wars Destiny database instead of in Google Drive. And Google Drive saves automatically. In Star Wars Destiny database, you have to hit a button. So I didn't hit the save button, so I'm not ready for the podcast, really.
Hey, Stone Good, do you know what Karma and I did?
Did you compile notes for me?
We compiled notes for ourselves in database.
And did you
Or
hit
not-
the save button?
Sorry,
Google
not
Docs.
database
In the Google Docs.
in Google Drive. So
All of ours are saved.
I'm sorry, but that's horrible.
You know,
Well,
this is just poetic justice.
Two of us are prepared.
Yeah.
And
It's
saved.
okay, because you're such a master of mail that you've got it all up in your head.
Uh-huh.
All the confidence. I like it.
I mean, I feel like I'm not going to say anything really awesome today.
You got this, buddy. We believe in you.
I just need you guys to help me.
That's what we're here for.
I'm tired boy.
All for Jackalmen, Jackalmen for all.
Okay, so the title of this episode is called Squawk. It's called Squawk not because of the character that is on the title card if you watch this on YouTube, but it's called Squawk because of what we're going to do today. Your accursed phone must die.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was literally looking to turn it off like right then.
You just became the teacher in school.
Yep,
like,
I'm the horrible
your phone
teacher.
is on.
So the three of us all kind of go down different paths of Star Wars Destiny. Karma likes to play aggro. James has been really studying Blue Hero recently. And I am a mill player through and through. And we were going to make an argument at each other, and we were going to make this be as heated as possible, because the title is called Squawk. So if we sound annoying, it's on purpose. We're going to argue which one is going to be like the shining star of convergence first. Because Star Wars Destiny goes through this cycle of like, it's Mill's turn to be awesome. Oh no, aggro's the best. Oh no, this long-term con plan of Snokeness is going to be the best thing. It just goes through this rotation of what's hot and what's not. Thank you, Your Destiny. So
Good shout out.
yeah, no problem. So we're gonna fight for our right.
To party?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. But party with what we want to play. So I figure we jump right into some cards we think are going to be strong. I don't even know. I didn't think of how to format this argument. Like, do we each say a character that we think is going to be strong for?
Well, that's what we did. We came up with characters we thought would be strong for the style we were wanting to play. So, like, I came up with characters that could be strong for aggro, and that's what Fortune did. He came up with some of the blue hero characters for the new set to kind of like pinpoint out what he thinks are strong.
I have them kind of set up for new release heroes that I think are going to be strong, and then like these heroes are still around, and it's only going to be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. All right. So your arguments are like way better than mine. So let's start with yours.
All right. Which one of us is yours?
It
Okay.
depends.
I volunteer
on-
Fortune to go first.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going first. All right. So I do want to do a quick shout out first off. By the time this goes up, hopefully the Artificery podcast will be out, and I am featured on it. On that podcast, I actually made the prediction that once the new meta starts, there's going to be 3 major decks. There's going to be support decks, Vader's Fist decks, and Blue Hero decks. So now I'm here to defend Blue Hero because they didn't quite agree with me, or they hadn't really thought about it yet. So now the reasons for why I think Blue Hero is going to be super strong. First off, shield generation is going to be ridiculous come the rotation, because like 90% of the massive like big chunks of damage that get thrown around in the new sets are indirect. And guess where all that indirect's going to go? Right into my shields. Just saying. So the new set, it comes with like 5 new Jedi that are all going to be amazing. Ahsoka, she's like 11 points for elite. She can build up shields really quickly. Once you get knighthood down on her, you activate her, she rolls out, gets that +2 shield side, and can immediately resolve it by itself. She can pair with almost anyone because her point cost is so low, so you can drop her with Obi-Wan 2 and gain a crap ton of shields through him. You can throw her with Mace and get shields when he plays weapons from your deck for, and gives her shields with knighthood. She's just going to be all around good. A really strong, low point, also low health character, but hopefully the shields make up for that. Lor San Tekka is going to be a really good support at 9/11/2. Is he actually the same cost as Ahsoka, or do I have her points wrong?
I'm pretty sure she was.
I'm pretty sure she was 9/11/2. We're going to double check that here in a second. And he has a really good anti-mill ability, allowing you to pull cards from your discard. So, you know, that's always good. Mace Windu has 50% damage side. He has a 2 focus side. He allows you to play upgrades from your deck when you don't draw any into your hand. Adds more shield generation with his ability. The new Obi-Wan lets you pump up your damage or focuses or resources or whatever you need as long as they're showing 2 sides. And Vigilant Jedi non-unique that we're getting, 8 points for 8 health and has built-in special mitigation.
She's 8/11.
It's ridiculous. So all of those are brand new characters, and that's not even starting to talk about Ayla and Luke 3 and Obi 2 and Yoda and Plo Koon and Kit and Qui-Gon Jinn. Blue Hero is stacked.
Okay. Well, I would like to talk about some blue villains that will probably they don't care about your shields because they don't do any damage to you.
Ooh, okay.
So what really turned me on with villain is I saw Dooku and it was like, man, Beguile is just going to be a crazy card with this new Dooku. You just power action, play Beguile normally, you mess up your entire opponent's dice pool, and then, oh yeah, discard a card, please. He also has a discard side on him, right?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, yeah, he's got a discard side on him, and then I was like, I guess that's it for Mill. You know, that's it. And then all of a sudden, they gave us Sly more. And
Sly's going to be pretty strong.
Sly is fresh. I like Sly a lot. I've been working with pairings with her in my mind. I just haven't found the right one quite yet. But the fact that her special is basically a force jump, and then you can also run force jump in your deck, as well as, you know, powering up all your blue events to be with Dooku to be blue mitigation, and then also a discard card. I feel like your opponent's hand is going to be in shambles every single round. There just needs to be a way to get into the deck for villain. And off the top of my head, because, you know, all my research was ruined, I can't remember if there was a way. Just to talk about like beefier cards, I think in my deck, what is that card? Conflicted. I think Conflicted is going to be really strong with Slymore because you play it on Slymore and you could just give yourself 2 shields because she has no damage sides. And then you can get rolled into the focuses or the discard or the special, and it just, the train keeps going. And also, if you Dooku power action, you're Conflicted, you also get to discard a card and get 2 shields. So yeah, Slymore, Dooku are my 2 characters that are going to rep it for villain.
There you go. Those are some pretty good ones. They get to take up while controlling your opponent and slow the game down to where Mill, I think, needs to be.
Yeah. Just Vader's Fist is going to be a problem. It's always
Vader's Fist is a problem for everyone.
It's always a problem.
It's going to be a problem for your blue heroes. It's going to be a problem for we haven't even heard Karma talk about her aggro yet, but hold on. Tell us
Oh,
about
no.
your aggro, and then we'll tell you about how Vader's Fist is going to put it to shreds.
No. Hold on. It's going to be a problem for my shields. So
Yeah.
it can only resolve like 3 to 4 damage. I'll regen all of that before it rolls its die back in.
3 to 4 damage. Yeah, you'll see. Someone will figure it out.
Yeah.
It's very true.
All right. So what do you got, Karma?
Anyways, so for my side, I like to play heavy hitting, smacking people with damage, and not giving them a chance to do anything about it. So for me, I feel like that can struggle for the blue hero side over there with their shields. Because, yeah, sure, you can get 2 or 3 shields, but here I am, I'm going to smack you with 7 dice. There is no time to generate if your character's dead. If I throw all my damage at you, you can't stop it. So, and even for Mill, that can be a problem. Even if you pop a couple cards out of my hand or maybe pop some cards out of my deck, if I already have what I need on the board, you're just in trouble because my cards and my characters are staying there. So my big damage dice, my big upgrades I put down, it's hard to stop me when I'm coming at you with a lot of damage and you're not getting rid of it. And that's the whole point of like what I love to play about aggro is not being able to stop it. So I'm pretty excited for some of the new characters. My biggest like excitement card is going to be Nist. Because, one, I was just stoked that she's finally getting a card. I'm super happy about it. But she has big damage size. And she has a gross power action to go with her. Like, who wants to see somebody roll a 3-for-1, a 3-for-1, power action, and resolve that for nothing? She's like a mini Vader. But she can play both sides of the field. She can play hero, she can play villain, and have both cards in the deck at the same time. People are already talking about finding a way of putting Vader's Fist into a deck with her with a hero card, which is pretty gross already. And that hits like an aggro deck can hit, but without even having upgrades down, just having that one support down, which is pretty gross. So I'm excited about having her ability to deck with her, getting big weapons on her, because you can still get some of the ambush weapons with her, because she has that ability to work with melee, and a lot of characters now are working with melee and range on their dice. They have both. So that gives you that ability to have both weapons, and then you have cards that allow you to resolve both at the same time as well, which is really awesome. And they're making a lot of new scoundrel cards that work with her too. So that gives me the option to pair her with another scoundrel like Han or Kira or the new Chewbacca, and I can use that power action with them and her at the same time. So that's hitting somebody with damage you thought you couldn't pay for. Well, it just laps in your face and it's going to hit you with it anyways. And then I'm going to find ways to keep you from stopping me, like cards like Take Flight and stuff like that, re-rolling those yellow dice, then ambushing off of it, or Impulsive where I can ambush off of a focus or something like that. So any quick way I can get damage out makes me happy because the opponent just doesn't see it coming, and it's awesome, and it just makes me happy. So if I can hit you with some damage and hit you with more that you don't expect, what do your shields matter, and what does your meal matter if you don't get rid of it from me?
Look, lady.
Listen, so you actually have to roll that damage first, though?
Well,
That's not a problem. I can do that.
You need to roll your damage, too. If you roll too many shield sides, it's like, okay, I already have 3. Eventually, Blue Hero Shields becomes a useless deck against me.
Ooh.
Eventually,
more
Blue Hero Shield stacks up upgrades and then just punches you in the face once and you're done.
Okay, so what upgrades are you running? Which upgrades from Convergence are you running? Did you have that ready?
I do, actually. So, with the new meta, we have Obi-Wan's lightsaber, which will give me all the unblockable
That's
damage.
not from Convergence. Get out of your Legacies crap and talk to me about Convergence.
Sir, this is the entire new meta.
Excuse me. This is.
Sir, we're playing standard. We're not playing trilogies.
Okay.
We're not playing trilogies.
You want to do just the new set?
Yeah.
So
no. I'm just squawking.
We're
squawking back. Yep.
So we got the New Republic Jedi armor, which gives me a shield and an extra health, gives me all the focuses that I need. We've got Surisu Training and Mastery, which has so many focuses. So when I roll out all those shields that you were just worried about me rolling, guess what? It's max damage. And then, you rolled out that big discard side? Well, I just get to resolve my built-in special, or my built-in mitigation through my specials and get them off the board and not have to waste a card for it. So, that's okay.
My big discard side, one discard side, so huge.
Yeah, hey, discard's discard, man. And then, of course, don't even get me started on Mace Windu's lightsaber, which lets me resolve like 6 damage in a turn. So,
Well, that's why Flames of the Past is a card, and you'll run 2 of it, I bet. So.
Yeah,
And I'm talking
I don't
about
know
way of
about
the
that.
force garbage right now, so I gotta listen to my own crap.
So yeah,
Take your
if,
own advice.
Listen to myself.
so
So,
I honestly don't think Blue Heroes run too many 2-ofs of uniques. There's plenty enough uniques. There's at least
Right.
like 10 of them. Just run one of each and just have fun.
And then laugh in the face of Flames of the Past.
That's right.
I mean, you could do that. I'm over here trying to think of like hero ways to mill, and Yoda's spirit is kind of calling to me, as well as that plot, astrogation, astrogation. Those two cards are calling to me from the hero side, because Yoda's spirit is awesome when you don't run Yoda. It's Yoda when you don't want to.
Yoda when you don't want to.
You want to run Yoda. Like, if you don't want the 10 points in your deck, at least.
Probably going to be cheaper too.
It's, yeah, dude. And, oh, man. 6 die
Why
sides
are
for
you
$2?
helping the mill guy out over there?
You
I'm not
should
saying
help
that
me.
I'm not saying that it's good for mill. I'm just saying it's going to be a cheap card.
It's
Yeah.
cheap. It's legendary.
cheap.
What do you mean, like, it's a legendary that nobody wants?
I think that it's going to be one of those like $10 legendaries.
Well, I want 2 of them. Please give me mine if you think it's so. Give me one if you think it's so useless.
Well, I mean, I'm probably open one in every box, so we'll see.
And then astrogation lets me spot a blue character and mill a card. That's it. For 2 points. That's actually not that great. But, you know, I thought it was cool, but you know what? It's not that great. And then also, I'm leaning towards the character Lor San Tekka. If I can figure out the cards that I want to run, he makes his power action. I get to pick up 3 cards from my discard pile, and my opponent picks one, and it gets put in my hand. That's pretty sweet for a focus, a 2 focus, a discard, a shield, and a resource. And 9 points? Ooh, that's actually really good.
It's also a good anti-mill, too.
Right.
That's
As I said
true.
earlier.
Yeah. Yo, Lor San Tekka, my man. That's all I got from that round.
I feel like you totally lost.
Man, we haven't even gotten into your upgrades or events yet.
Yeah, I want to hear about your upgrades or events, girl.
What?
Man, I'm gonna need you to stop looking at your
So, no, that's because I have the database pulled up for any information I need for my
No,
card.
you're
Just in
texting
case.
during this podcast. You're not just looking at
She
it.
was earlier.
I
Yes.
was earlier. Put my phone in my pocket. Thank you very much. Fortune can
Ooh,
vouch.
called out. Called out. Called out.
Put your shields up.
Shields up.
Put your shields up.
We just
Anyways.
milled out your thing. Okay, that's fine.
That was almost good.
You're
almost.
whatever.
Anyways, so I'm not gonna lie. As far as convergence, weapons and things like that go and upgrades, I'm not super hyped on a lot of them. A lot of them are semi-specific to a character or their character's playstyle. Kind of like there's a weapon that works with Phasma and it works better with her with the troopers. Nest has her weapon that works better with her, especially the special side of it. So like a lot of them, they're not amazing. So I have a lot more focus that I put in with the weapons that come from like Way of the Force and Legacies and stuff like that, because they just hold a lot more value to me as far as an aggro player. And give me the value that I want as far as having like the option to have redeploy weapons, big damage sides, getting to have the ambush actions that I want, and still playing the way I want to play, because I still want to make Rex Kira a thing. It's just not going to be hyper aggro anymore. It's just going to be aggro, but I can still play it. So I still want to make Rex Kira good when the new rotation comes. And that's what I'm trying to go for with the weapons that are going to be existing currently.
Kind of jumping on that idea, I feel like a lot of decks are going to peter out. Like, I haven't tested trilogies or trilogy millionaires. I haven't tested that. And it's won some trilogy events here and there, but I just feel like it seems like a lot of decks are going to have this gaping hole in their usual strategy. Like, millionaires is losing its survivability.
Mm-hmm.
It has you dead to rights on mill and hand control, but like the survivability goes way down on that deck because you lose second chance and force illusion.
Mm-hmm. And hyperspace jump to keep going out of a turn.
Exactly. You lose your bait and switch, which, you know, was the crux I gotta say to Hankira, or not Hankira,
Rex Kira.
Rex Kira, I'm sorry.
That card is like the OG of that deck, and I'm talking about that thing just wrecked everybody out of nowhere, and I loved it.
Bait and switch wrecks everyone out of nowhere. That's just what it does.
But I spent all day in Covington wrecking everybody out of nowhere with bait and switch.
So and you think about it, and it's like it's just like in my case it's 4 cards on my mill side. In your case, it's 2 cards in your deck, and it feels like, man, I don't want to run this deck anymore because I don't have bait and switch, or man, I don't want to run this deck anymore because I don't have second chance and force illusion. It feels like there's going to have to be a lot of learning. Now, in the case of Blue Hero,
we don't lose a dang thing.
you don't. It's like Blue Hero.
All of our good stuff came out in trilogies, baby. We are super strong. Let's go.
So I feel now, and here's the next thing that I'm alluding towards. I feel like people are going to be ready for your shenanigans because we've already dealt with your shenanigans for about a year.
But here's the thing, though. I don't think people are going to be ready for it because even now when you play in trilogy events, like nobody's prepared to go up against Blue Hero. The only time that I've gone to an event recently where anybody's been quote-unquote prepared to face Blue Hero is during Solidarity, which is just because it's ridiculous in Solidarity, if I'm going to be real here.
Yeah,
but
Blue Hero is crazy strong, and I feel like it will be the first to shine, but I don't think it's shine, or hold on, I don't think its luster will be long-lasting.
So, if you don't think it's going to be long-lasting, what do you think will be there to snuff it out?
Vader's Fist. I'll run a mill deck with Vader's Fist. No.
Oh my lord.
I'm kidding. Okay, so when I was flipping through all these cards, I read the whole set. And if I remember correctly, there is another card that is along the lines of Frighten and Intimidate that removes all shields from your opponent. All of them. Not just 3 and give you ambush. All of them. And I need to find the card.
I don't think so,
like
but feel free to prove me wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's out.
Fit of Rage. Remove all shields from all opponents' cards.
Fit of Rage.
So the card is Fit of Rage. How much does it cost, James?
2.
Okay. It's coming out in Convergence. And it removes all shields from an opponent character. So if you're running blue villain, one blue villain character, cough, cough, Snoke, cough, cough, you can remove all of those shields and then let your Vader's Fist, because you're running blue villain, go insane.
But then Vader's Fist won't have the resources to resolve. Also, I'll just play Heightened Awareness and get all 3 of my shields back. So.
But also...
Also, Blue Hero struggles with money.
Blue Hero doesn't really struggle with money all that much.
We talked about this earlier.
So
talk about it now!
Blue Hero, turn 1 and 2, will struggle with money.
Yes.
Past turn 2, after it's tanked up and gotten its upgrades down, it has no problems.
Well, what if it's turn 1 and they're just like smack? All your shields are gone.
Then I'm taking no damage, and I'm just going to laugh at you.
No, they play that card.
I mean,
if they're playing Snoke, they've got like 10 resources. They got all the money in the world.
If they're playing that card turn 1, then so be it. Like, I'd rather not see that card late game, because that's where it'll actually be a problem.
Yeah.
Snoke and Wat Tambor and Theeds can make enough money to play Umbran Tank and play this Intimidate card. What was it called again?
Fit of Rage.
Fit of Rage.
Yes.
It can afford that, no problem. Plus anything else. And you know Snoke Wat Tambor is going to be a list.
Oh yeah, Snoke's going to be everywhere.
I was already playing a Snoke, Watt, and Watto deck, and it was pretty gross.
Oh yeah, there you go. Add Watto to your villain list. You got Rainbow and you got money for days. Watto's power action is sickening.
Yeah,
it's
so
gross. You have you roll his dice out, power action, call resource, you're going to make money.
I didn't even have to, I was on Monk's live stream last night while he was playing, and I played that deck that was Watto and Snoke, and I got out Vader's Fist, Planetary Bombardment, a Senate Chamber, and a Strike Team, and it literally cost me like half the resources to get most of it out. And I wrecked face.
Well, of course you would, because also you have 2 characters with 1/3 focus sides, both of them being 1 and 2 focus. Like Wat Tambor and Snoke are going to be a major problem. And when they released Wat Tambor, I said it 2 episodes ago, it was a problem. He's a problem and a half. And I don't think, I don't know. I don't know if Blue Hero can do it. I don't think Aggro can do it, and I'm not sure if, I'm almost positive Mill can't do it. I'm sitting here as a Mill player, really sad, and I was like excited that, hey man,
You're a Mill player.
I'm like, hey man, look at, there's a downgrade for Mill, Secrets Laid Bare. When they activate their character, I get to look at 3 cards in their hand. That means Wolf is stronger. I'm gonna be dead before Wolf can do anything. Like, Mill is, I know I wanted this to be an argument, but right now this is just me crying. Mill is gone. I think Mill is dead for Convergence.
Mill is dead. Long live literally everything else.
I think it's dead. And I hope Hyperloops. I hope Artificery. I hope somebody who's your Destiny. I hope there's just like a deck building crew that says, "Don't worry, buddy. We've got this." And they build a Mill deck for us. And I'm sad.
And then Vader rolls in and does 20 damage to each other.
And then Vader rolls in and does 20 damage. You're right.
I mean, at least it's not Mill, so.
Yeah.
Do you guys have higher hopes than me?
We have higher hopes for our sides of the field.
I know for a fact that Blue Hero is going to be a top deck, so you know.
And Aggro always finds its way in. Well, I mean, Mill honestly always finds its way in, too. I think it's just going to have a harder time finding its way in.
We're going to play
rotation.
Lando Leia. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not like, hi, I'm here kind of material either.
Hi, I'm here.
It's just, there's too much work to be done for Mill. Like, if you think about all the avenues that need to be covered, because you need to cover their hand, you need to cover their deck, obviously, but then whenever they put a card down on the table, it's a problem. Whenever they put a dice down on the table, it's a problem that you have to deal with round after round after round, and you only have 30 cards in your deck to deal with that problem. And let's say they only run 1 copy of Vader's Fist, then you can't Flames it, and if you're not running yellow, you're not running Vandalize, and you're not going to sacrifice 5 dice for, it's just, I don't feel like we have the tools right now. From what's been spoiled, I don't think we have the tools. Just watch the next set of spoils will be all Mill based, and my tune will change. But
I do have to say that decks are going through their cards a lot quicker now, so Mill can kind of capitalize on that. But yeah, no, it's too slow. It's losing too many of its survivability bases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Force Illusion made villain decks viable, villain deck Mills viable, and that's really it. Like, I mean, you had the Mandalorian armor plating, or whatever that card was called. Okay, that's 2 damage.
Armor plating.
Yeah.
Armor plating, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just we're losing our lifeblood. I earlier said, oh, I'm gonna re-roll my dice and get not damaged to give myself 2 shields. Like,
right. So I just want to point out that I think at this point Kevin has lost the argument.
Yes.
Yeah, I give up. I tap out. I can't even fight for it anymore.
After having the conversation, you just realize, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be like those dumb politicians that talk about a losing argument and then continue to and not give up.
Ooh,
But
shots
then
fired.
say, hey, vote for me.
Also, vote for Stone Good for the winner of the Jackal Hunt.
I don't think that's how it works.
April
That's definitely not how that
27th.
works.
Vote for me. Throw all your games against me if you come out.
Look, I think anybody, if they want to, and they listen to this, and they want to see Mill have a chance, like hashtag give Mill a chance for Stone Good over there,
Nobody
they
wants it.
can leave like comments or anything to see what they can come up with, since he lost all his notes, to help Mill survive and maybe make him feel a little better. Since he's our friend, I don't want him to be sad.
All right, give me something more passionate from your corners, because I feel like I'm throwing all my chips out onto the table and then scooping them back up and saying never mind and leaving.
All right.
Take the shields too.
Like, I didn't even really get a chance to get into my events, because I'm just saying, I have the ability to consistently play cards that turn as many of my dice as I want while giving me shields. I've got a Friend Lost that just came out. It's going to be in the new Obi-Wan starter set, where as soon as you kill one of my characters, which if I'm running a big little deck like a big Obi-Wan and like Satine or something, guess what? I roll out my dice and now they're automatically damaged. I've got Channel of the Force, which is basically a new copy of Beguile. You just got to spot a leader and a Jedi for it. Twin Strike makes all my dice, or makes 2 of my dice unblockable. Use the Force turns more of my dice. Alter turns my dice. I can fill the Force. Propel. I've got actual Beguile. And then if I really want to spend a lot of money, which I don't think Blue Hero will ever have the full 4 resources, I've got Control, and I can just turn all the dice to sides that I want. Then I've got Peace and Quiet to start up my special training with Yoda. I've got Heightened Awareness for my shields, Lothwolf Bond, Pacify, Turn the Tide. I mean, Hold Off gives me mitigation and a shield. Conflicted lets me either get free damage or free shields. Defensive Stance gives me more shields. Attunement gives me damage, a shield, and mitigation all at the same time. Then I got Circle of Shelter and Unbreakable to remove whatever I want. I mean, how is that not literally the best thing you've ever heard?
You're just drowning in shields over there.
It's too many cards. You can only have a 30-card deck.
One of each of them, baby. Let's go.
It's just became a solidarity deck. It's got 1 of each.
I mean, that was only 11 events. I'm just saying.
Right, but 2 of each. Now you're at 22.
22. And then
The rest are
8
upgrades.
8 upgrades, and you're good to go.
Boom. I'm not playing against you with that, 'cause I'll just be annoyed. Deals 2 damage, and then do like, oh, here's 3 shields. I swear, I see 1 more shield.
If there's 1 more shield.
It's about to become like real life TTS where I flip the
And
table.
also, when you finally manage to break through all of my shields and kill a single character, guess what? All of my upgrades have redeploy.
Yep.
So
You found the only 4 that have redeploy.
and that's all that I need.
Obi-Wan's doesn't have redeploy.
Obi-Wan's doesn't have redeploy, which is kind of
Neither
sad.
does Qui-Gon's.
But you know what does?
Heirloom lightsaber.
Neither does Mace Windu.
Heirloom, Dagger,
Ezra.
Raze, and Ezra's.
And the new lightsaber. You said that.
And the new lightsaber, yeah, but I don't
The
want
new
to count
reprint.
them because it's not big.
It's not amazing, but who doesn't want to have like all that unblockable damage? Like, if somebody knew this was going to be...
So here's my
The
other
thing.
thing. The thing that's going to kill Blue Hero is Blue Hero.
Yep,
Because the
exactly.
easiest way to beat Blue Hero shields
is Blue
is
Hero
to play Blue Hero.
with unblockable damage.
With unblockable damage and stealing shields for your own side.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So if we saw that Fortune was correct and everybody was playing Blue Hero, then guess what? Everybody else is going to play Blue Hero to counteract the other Blue Hero. So everything is going to literally be unblockable damage and shields.
Oh, and also don't forget that I get Force Jump, Force Focus, Force Pull, Force Lift, and Force Wave. So you know.
Word.
Let's go.
Yep, Mill's gonna do it.
How about you? Do you have any closing arguments for aggro and how it's going to eat through all those shields?
With all my weapons.
With all your
All
weapons
my
that
weapons
you said
that I'm
you
gonna roll
were
damage.
excited about?
I mean, all my old weapons, like not the new ones. I mean, I'm at the point where like I can talk about some of the stuff, but I need to try the stuff when it comes out. So when Convergence comes out and I get to play the cards and see how they work and pay attention, and I get to pay attention to combos that I can actually play then. It's hard for me to make up a combo when I haven't tried them yet because I haven't actually got to go a lot into on TTS with the proxies and actually play around with a lot of them and stuff. But I still think it can be good, and I still think it can eat through shields. I mean, it's going to have to because I'm going to make it work. You know me, I can't just go straight into meta. I have to try something else and then maybe make it meta. Who knows? I don't know. But I don't like to just go straight to where somebody's like, hey, this is going to be good, and then everybody plays it. So, like, Vader I wanted to do, and then everybody did Vader, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it because if I just killed my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be like everybody else. That's just me. Gotta be unique. Gotta be different. But I've come up with ideas just from reading through the Convergence set of how to deal with, because a lot of it, like I noticed a lot of the new cards that play on the aggro side that have like the heavy hits, big damage, they have a lot of pay sides. Kira has pay sides, Nest has pay sides. I think the new Chewbacca has pay sides. A lot of the good cards that I would want to play that have good damage sides have pay sides. But they've come up with a lot of ways to go around it. So your opponent sees you roll that damage, they're like, oh, you don't have any resources, you can't pay for it. Well, that's probably not true. Because, like, if I'm playing Nest GS or Power Action, they reprinted Truce, so I have the option to have Truce. I have Well Connected that I can play. I have, there's just different cards that allow you to put out damage for free. If you play Nest with a blue villain, then guess what? You can play. I think you can use. Can you use Fear and Dead Men, or does it have to be blue?
I think it has to be a blue die.
Let's fact check that.
Because
Yeah,
I was going to bring that up myself, that like Infamous Nest and blue and
we're gonna double check to make sure. I'm pretty sure. I think it is blue though.
Resolve one of your dice showing
No,
melee damage.
actually, it's just dice
shoot.
showing melee. Oh yes. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think paying 2 to deal her die 3 and 3 or 3 or how many characters they have is totally worth it. Because I mean, if you can get value to 6 to 8, if they're playing 3-4 character wide, it's totally worth it.
That hits my value curve.
Yeah. So like Fortune's talked about, he has a value curve, and I definitely think that fits the value curve pretty well. So that's not bad. I've came up with character pairings in my head. Like I said, she's Infamous Nest is my excitement card for the set. I've already like bargained with all my friends. I'll trade them anything that I get as long as I can get a play set of Nest so I can build a deck with her. That's what I'm most excited about.
Anything.
I was like, whatever card you're looking for, I'll trade it to you. I don't care. But I'm excited that she's a card. I get to try it out. I'm ready. I'm going to make her good, hopefully. I'm willing to sacrifice a die like Vader, where he's 2 die and 1 die. I'm willing to sacrifice another die to make it work with Scoundrels to get the most value out of her card and out of her character with her ability and stuff like that to hit with the most damage, make her gross.
Yep. The very first thing that I saw or said when I saw her card was that she was going to be the money, like $50 card for the set. So we'll see what happens.
I'm okay with that. As
Yeah,
long as I get
I've made 2 predictions for this set so far. 1, that Blue Hero will reign supreme, and 2, that Infamous Nest will be the
big card. So. I would be happy, honestly, because Blue's
actually, you made
usually
3.
the big card.
What's the other one?
Yoda's gonna be a $10 legendary. Yoda Spirit.
Yoda Spirit. Yeah, there
Yoda
we go.
Spirit.
Okay, so I've got 3 so far. We'll see if I completely strike out or not.
I think Phasma's going to be pretty good.
I think Phasma's doesn't have enough health. Like, she can chuck out a bunch of dice, but she can basically be one-shot. Like, I don't know. She's...
I mean, you got to get some upgrades down to get her one-shot with pretty much any character pairing. Even with Vader, you got to get more than just Vader's dice out.
Yeah.
But they have their ways. I mean, they reprinted Best Defense, so you're like, who cares about that Stormtrooper? I'm going to give him 3 damage and bump your dice. And then now you got to roll back in. Maybe you'll roll damage, maybe not. Now you're in a good spot. Now you're going to roll her dice and 2 other Stormtrooper dice.
My biggest problem with Phasma is that she's, to make effective use for her use, she basically has to be in a mono red deck.
Yeah.
And mono reds is getting some new good stuff, but it's still not enough.
No, I mean, they still struggle with giving anything red something super good. Like the hero side gets a lot better stuff when it comes to red than I think Dylan does. But they're there to either hit hard or they die, because we're talking about droids and things like that die really easy. And I think that's the problem, is they do too much theme. So I think that's what a lot of that is.
I also think that we're going to see a big battle at the start of the set between like 2 character pairings that have like 19 to 20-ish health, and like 4 and 5 wide character pairings that have like 30 health.
Oh yeah.
Because like I'm seeing a buddy of ours is playing 2 battle droids Grievous. God, what's his name? Tarkin?
Tarkin, yeah.
I've got a version of that deck that's running basically the Sad Shell with Afra instead of Tarkin, and it's ridiculous and a crap ton of health. And like, there's just so many ways to get non-uniques out there now and just like increase your health so that you can just survive until you finally get that one nut roll to pull your opponent off. Now that's going to be something to worry about too.
Yeah, I think the new set's just going to bring other characters from all the other sets back into the light. Like Afra is definitely going to be huge.
If the like big wide decks happen, I think that's definitely going to be a problem for aggro, and it's going to keep it from rising to the top. Because aggro's biggest problem is wide decks.
But hey, if I can Fear and Dead
Men
with this, it's on.
Yeah.
So
Fear and Dead Men twice and wipe out their whole team, you know.
I mean, I can do Nest Townsend. Perfect pairing.
Damn, perfect.
Okay. So
what's the mill player got over there?
the mill player, I tapped out a while ago. I mean, I was slammed through the cage all the way down to the mat, picked up by the Undertaker, put in the casket, and then lit by
Our
Bane.
king has been broken in half.
You just got mankind through the cell.
Yep. No, it was, yeah. I was
Yes.
tombstoned in the ground.
Yeah.
So all in all, my closing statement is
No,
that
no,
Blue
we're not
Hero-
at closing statements yet. We're not at closing statements yet.
I'm closing statement for my
We're
not
argument.
there
My
yet.
argument's done. My argument's done. I'm one.
Whatever.
I mean, you decide, people that listen to us. You decide.
I'm just saying. So all in all, Blue Hero gets to do whatever it wants and takes absolutely no damage while doing it. So you know.
Yeah, but
So-
I was researching. I got my action sheets in there still.
Mhm.
I got my extra actions going on. I'll get you
Actually,
going.
I set this up as a joke. I asked our Discord group
Oh God.
before we even recorded. I said, at everyone, without any context, please vote for the following archetype: shield, aggro, or mill. And I said, if you're feeling frisky, go ahead and explain why you voted. And so they were picking the winner of the argument before they even listened. So, I have 3 aggro. Yeah. So aggro takes it with 3. Shield gets 2. Is that right?
I think I only see like 1 somewhere. I don't even think I saw 1, honestly.
No, shield gets 0. And mill
Yeah.
gets 2. So, okay. Ha!
So remember what I said when we started this, where you said everyone was prepared for shields? Nobody's prepared for it.
shields.
Nobody expects it. So guess what's going to be on top?
I mean, it's kind of tough to not expect it. You know, with all these freaking cards for it, with knighthood and some mastery and
Seriously?
lightsaber mastery and all the new sabers and mace and Ahsoka, and it's just there's so much for it. Of course it's gonna be big, and of course it's gonna shine bright.
Like a diamond.
You're correct. So I win.
And
No.
no, according to our people that are part of our Discord, aggro wins.
I mean,
Because
they can
it
think
feels-
whatever they want.
Because guess what? It feels like an accomplishment to remove a character off the table. And putting shields on doesn't take a character off the table. It just leaves yours on the table longer.
Yeah, it leaves me on the table longer to roll into 50 damage and wipe your entire team out in a turn.
You know what? Parker Simpson voted for Bill, and he's my friend.
Well, I love all the people who voted aggro, so they're awesome.
Also, I've been really loud this whole podcast. I've probably been like off the charts.
Not on my end. You
I'm
haven't.
sorry
Yeah,
if
over
I'm
here you can
peaking
talk.
everyone's car audio. I wanted to transition into our rules segment. Are you ready, guys?
Oh boy, here we go.
The last time we did this, it was just me and James alone in a vacuum, and now I have Deanna here with us, so she can weigh in. The first ruling is an easy one. You ready, Tio?
Let's go.
Can Grievous play 2 handheld LS1 cannons on him? Grievous 2, I mean.
So Grievous 2 has a total of 4 upgrade slots.
No, he ignores all play restrictions.
So Grievous 2 has a total of 4 upgrade slots, so you can have 2 of those down because they take up 2 slots each. Those aren't play restrictions, they're just constant abilities on the card.
You got out-TO'd.
That's
Right,
why
So
he
you were
just-
correct, like your answer was correct, but incorrect reason.
No, I get you.
You ready for the next one?
I just wanted to see if I knew, like, before you said it, just to see if I...
Sure, we'll do that. Yeah, give us the next one.
Okay, next one. These are fast ones. Slice and Dice says, remove 2 of your dice showing melee damage. Then deal unblockable damage equal to the combined value showing on those dice to any number of characters distributed as you wish. The question is, this one requires 2 melee dice, right? Because if you only have 1, it doesn't satisfy the conditions to move onto the then portion.
Mm,
We're going to see, Deanna wanted to see if she knows the
I
answer.
know, right?
before we see.
So... Because it says remove 2. It says remove 2, not remove up to 2, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to say no, because it says remove 2. Because the then is, like, not an optional, like, you have to do that, correct? So you need to remove, or is it you can do as much as the card says. I don't see the point in doing it if you don't have to, though.
Okay.
You answered. That was a lot for me. I needed to see the card. I needed that card in front of me. That was a lot.
All right, so we're going to pause real quick because I want to make absolute sure that I do not get this wrong. So give me a second. So with Slice and Dice, I believe the correct ruling is that you have to remove the amount of dice that it says. So it says you have to remove 2 dice and then deal damage. So you would have to remove both of those to move on to the then statement. I'm not 100% sure on that one, so I need to double check on that.
Okay, that's fine. That about wraps it up. Are you ready for some plugs?
Let's do it.
All right. Please, if you can make it, please come to the Jackal Hunt on April 27th in Mount Dora, Florida. We have too much stuff, and we want to give it away to you. So
We've
please.
literally got over $1,000 worth of prizes, guys.
I mentioned that in the Parker Simpson spot, and then you saying that, it's so helpful. Thank you. So
You're welcome.
we have too much. Please come. Play with us.
And also, it's for a good cause, because most of that $1,000 plus worth of prizes are going to be given out during the raffle, where every $5 raffle ticket goes to the school. So
It's Triangle Elementary of Mount Dora, one of the best elementary schools ever. I'm not biased. I didn't teach there. I did. I taught there for 2 years, and I didn't want to leave. But I had to leave to get married. So, then please visit jackalmengames.com. It has videos, or it has our YouTube videos posted on there. It has more information about the Jackal Hunt, where you can buy your tickets if you want. There are all the spoilers are now public again because they keep giving us spoilers. It feels like every week I say all the spoilers are public, and then now we head to private. So spoiler. Anyway, we have articles, and then what's really cool is Ashton made this document where you can see every card that's spoiled and its number. It looks really nice on the website. So when you go on the website, click spoilers, you can download it there, and then you can see all the pictures of the cards. So when I was diving for data and trying to find out why Mill is probably not going to be the best thing right out the gate when Convergence drops, I was looking at our own website for information and all the hard work that Ashton puts in.
Yeah, Ashton puts in more hard work than literally any of us.
He's a graphic design master. This team would be pretty poopy without Ashton. So thank you, Ashton, and all your hard work. Shout out to Ashton.
Shout out.
All the shout outs.
What am I missing? Join us on Discord, where you can help us podcast, and you can talk about other random things.
all the random things. Give us helpful information for our podcast and things like that, which is always nice.
I really feel like the podcast section is the most jumping.
Yes.
I'm constantly on it and asking people questions to help inspire me.
And then they offer incorrect advice, like Hero Shield's not being a top meta deck. So
they didn't know what was going on. It was a quadruple blind study.
It'll be on them when you're playing it and they're not prepared, and you just
like when I said Cad Snoke was going to be amazing and everyone told me I was wrong.
You were like the only person that played it for real, though.
That's right, and I won.
Yeah, you're right. You did.
And
I don't know why nobody else caught on to that, because it was good.
Go to our YouTube channel. Please watch our videos. And then also, we have a Patreon. And after this Jackal Hunt and during this Jackal Hunt, we've been really pumping up our Patreon. We're in the works of making a Patreon exclusive series called Dr. Maul. We've recorded about half of it, and we just need to finish the other half. The only thing is that Dr. Maul is a very busy man and is working a lot, so we haven't gotten to touch base recently.
Gotta love the work life and life in general.
Also on Patreon, we post behind-the-scene things, like Ashton posts... I posted some of Ashton's music that he made when he was trying to put his babies to sleep, and then that turned into the intro to this video. I put out our little recordings from behind the scenes, too, for the podcast. We're also going to be posting videos there first soon, before they go to YouTube, a couple of days early. We're just trying to really pump up Patreon. We've been working with Patreon for less than a year, and we really want to bolster it and make it feel like a more valuable experience than just, I give you $1. You know, we want to give you something back for that dollar that you're so nice and generous to donate to us.
Yeah, we got to make it worth your time.
We use all of our funds to further Jackalmen and further give back to the community. So a lot of the extra stuff that isn't being donated to our Jackal Hunt is coming out of that Patreon fund and being used to give back to the players that come to the Jackal Hunt. Finally, the closing statement brought to you by Skillet M. My grandfather once told me that opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one. They all stink. Specifically, blue hero shields. Good night! Bye!
Oh.